Go ahead and post the link. Whoa, Young Money's already watching. Damn, he's got those. He's part of Notification Squad. We just gotta wait for it to get live.
Gotcha.
There's already 4 people. We got Young Money, we got Nick, and we got whoever else is watching. Nick, it's good to see you back in the podcast chat. We missed you last week. Tony, could you tell Brennan trad?
Brennan.
Damn, we already got 7 people. Everyone's ready for this great old podcast video. Trad. Busy AF for a week or so there. Well, I feel it. Any typing you hear in the background is going to be Bobbert. Oh, we lost a viewer.
I'm looking at the transactions on Daddy League so I can adequately answer those free grades.
Well, there you go.
I already have 2 teams I want to give some good grades to.
Well, shit. Sounds good.
And I already know somebody in this party who's going to get a bad one.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Rip Wonka.
Hi, how are you?
And we got enough people in. All right, fellas, welcome into episode 6 of the 4th and 1 podcast. We got Mr. Bobbert Howie Roseman joining us. We got Freed Wonka joining us. And we have the infamous Big Tuna joining us. And Danny on keyboards.
Former Chargers user.
Should I download a soundbar?
Soundbar? Got it. So, this one is going to be reacting to free agency, looking at our Super Bowl winner, Spectre Bug. Pulled off the upset win.
Should have been me.
Should have been you.
I stopped trying, though. I wanted to give you guys a chance.
Last podcast, what did we stop in the wild? Yeah, we did the wild card. Divisional round, play a spanked Wheezy. Whew. That's right, we had Schlay's upset of Emmett. Pats stomped the Bengals, wow. And then Mad kicked my ass. Conference was a surpriser. Nick upset Playa. Mad killed Schley. And then Nick won Super Bowl 27-25. And I got to make him his banner too tonight or tomorrow.
Like a participation Second year in a row.
Tony, I'll make you a participation banner for finishing the year.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Finish season 1 of 4th and 1, 4-12. Only person to do that.
But he finished.
You finished. You did not quit. Brennan wouldn't get a banner for that. Free Wonka.
That's true.
That's true. That's because you
Tony.
told me to quit and then ban me for it.
Tony, could
Yeah,
you
what's up?
remind the people listening what the password for the league is? Free Wonka.
If you guys ever leave and decide to join back, it's free Wonka.
It's
At Narwhal.
Howard Stern's penis 11 F. Jared's here. Hey, Jared. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh!
All right, so we'll get into these questions before we look at free agency. We got from Howie Roseman. How did Nick win the Super Bowl? That's a question for Nick. I have no idea. No offense to Nick at all. I think you were probably one of the lower 3 or 4 choices. You, me, Bobby, and Proto were probably the 4 guys no one really thought would win. Hey, I'm just being honest. You didn't have Wentz. Nick's never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's fair.
I always choke in the playoffs, and Proto won 8 games.
Big Dick Nick does. Now he's starting in Carolina.
Big Dick Nick throws 24 interceptions.
Well, he's my sleeper for MVP down south.
Sleeper for MVP
Look out,
of
Mad.
people losing to Mad. Yeah, Mad's on the hunt. He dying. You know, I think Nick actually he just played smart. He didn't make a ton of mistakes. He let everyone else force the ball down, and he I wouldn't say lucky, but he got guys who run the ball a ton. You know, between Playa and Rob, and he stopped the run, tried to make them pass happy teams, and they just made some silly mistakes. So, see ya, Wonka. No one will miss you. Wonka apparently needed to go get freed somewhere else.
I think he went to Wawa.
Wawa. I think he went to go find the soft side of a blanket. I don't know.
Oh God.
He's never gonna watch the fucking video. Yeah, Nick just had smart game plans, I thought. Who will Philadelphia's backup quarterback be this upcoming season? Is it Nate Sudfeld gonna be it? Is it Nate Sudfeld?
No, it's Brett Hundley.
Oh, it's Brett Hundley?
Yeah, I signed him to a deal.
Well, then Brett Hundley, there's your answer.
I answered that myself.
Will Dak Prescott...
Been losing sleep over that.
Will Dak Prescott... Mark said, who cares? Will Dak get beat up again this offseason? Perhaps in Philly. See Panama City. Nick seconds that. Dak get beat up? Probably. I think Chidobe Awuzie is going to get 10 more interceptions this year, though, than he did last year. That's just me. I think he's good. We'll go here and just go the biggest moves of the free agency so far. Not being a homer, but I think Josh Gordon going to me is a huge move. 5 years, $70 million. Hey, you know, hey, Josh Gordon. I just think that's big. He's one of the top-rated players on the market. I think Kenny Vaccaro to Indy was a huge move. Jason McCourty to the Giants. He did get overpaid. J-Mac.
Gonna come later.
And then where was the other big move? I thought Dante Moncrief. He was another solid wide receiver. But other than that, I mean, there aren't a ton of huge moves out there. You know, Big Ben's still available. Larry Legend. Bez Bryant. I'd be Brez Dyant, I think. Oh, Kai Forbath. No one's going to go after Kai Forbath? Damn. Who else? Yeah, this free agency class just sucks. Kai Afterbath. Kai Afterbirth. Tyrod, was he not on league signings? Oh, yeah, he was. Tyrod Taylor to Nick. That is going to be a huge one. I totally forgot about that. That's going to be a really nice one. Going to... Nick, you got those grades that you wanted to talk about? Or not Nick, fuck. Bobby?
I do. So my first good grade is actually going to go to you, Brandon. I
Yeah.
think you made a lot of good moves. You got Eric Rowe, that's a good signing. Christian Covington, decent depth. The big one, Josh Gordon, the big rape deal. Nevertheless, pairing him with George Kittle, Jimmy, that's a big move. Max Williams, that's a good second tight end. Jeremy Hill, Brian Arakpo, Jesse James. I think that offense really got shored up. And then you got good defensive depth. There's a plethora of quarterbacks available, so Mark Sanchez is a question mark. But, Jimmy doesn't tear his ACL. That's an A+ from me. Another good grade, I'm going to say maybe a B- would be to Kia. You got Robert Ayers, Rashad Perriman, Aaron Lynch, and Marquise Flowers. Marquise Flowers was a big piece for Nick's defense. Robert Ayers, good defensive end depth. Rashad Perriman, we all know he's a glitch. A bad grade I'm going to give to Wonka. He signed Todd Davis and Ty Montgomery when I don't think Todd Davis is going to do much. He's slow, he's on the back end, and he gave him a big deal, 4 years. What is that, 20 mil? And then Ty Montgomery's another one. He's just going to be one-sided. And another bad grade, F, is going to go to the Green Bay Packers, our new user. He did not make a single move.
Damn. No moves.
And yeah, you can't do that when you rank 36th run offense. And then the last one is going to be Carolina. Carolina, I don't think they made too many major signings. Let me go look.
They had Zadarius Smith was probably their best.
Yeah, they made some good signings. They got Blunt, they got Zadarius Smith, Quandre Diggs.
Hold on,
Hyder.
Bobby,
So
hold
those are
on.
really
Apparently no one
solid.
can hear you.
Okay, let me turn up my chat volume.
No, like, you gotta change your settings so your voice could be heard on the stream.
Ah, shit. What? Fuck.
Hey, while we...
You know what? I was going on a tangent this entire time, and now
Oh, wait, hold on.
you guys probably just sat through awkward silence.
Can you guys hear him now? While we wait for them to respond, Tony, what's the password for the league?
Free Wonka.
I'm gonna turn my microphone
Here.
volume all the
I'm
way
gonna...
up. Turn off that air conditioner.
Alright, Bobby, go ahead with your grades. I'm gonna listen to the stream
Alright.
check.
So for the second time, my first grade, the good one, is gonna go to Brandon. He got Max Williams, Christian Covington, Eric Rowe, a lot of good depth. But then you got Josh Gordon, the rape deal. But pairing him with George Kittle, Jimmy G, if he doesn't tear his ACL, that's great. I'm gonna give him an A-. Another good one is gonna be Kia. I'll give him a B-. Aaron Lynch, Marquise Flowers, who was a big part of that Super Bowl defense. And then Rashad Perriman, the glitch. A bad one is going to be Wonka. I'm going to give him a C-. He got the slow aging Todd Davis, and then Ty Montgomery, who he's going to try to recreate one game of Darren Sproles with, and that's just not going to happen. F goes to Green Bay because they did absolutely nothing. I don't know if they did re-signs. They didn't sign a free agent, so that's an F. And then I'm going to give an A+. This may be biased, but A+ to Carolina. They got a first and second for Cam Newton. They got Big Dick Nick. They got Rodney McLeod, LeGarrette Blount, Quandre Diggs, Zadarius Smith, Kerry Hyder. So I think they're really shoring up that defense. They added a few starters, a few depth pieces, and now they're in prime position to make some big draft splashes.
Well, I think when you look at, reject, and you look at the trade he did, like, he wasn't good with Cam, so, I mean, he's not going to do any worse with Nick Foles than he did with Cam, so he gets a cheaper quarterback who's a one-year starter. He gets 2 extra picks in the top 64 to shore up that O-line, or even find a replacement quarterback to dev for a year, and then...
Or receiver.
Or receiver, right. And so, overall, I think and then like you said, he got a bunch of good depth players at linebacker, backup, and he got a power back to go with McCaffrey. So I think overall, he made
I
good
think that
moves.
offense is going to be good.
Hopefully.
He's not a bad user.
No, he's not. The fuck?
You know...
It's Wonka in the background. You know, I think
But if you're not going to be good with the quarterback anyways, then go with Nick Foles, get the picks, and then just surround him with good weapons and a good defense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And what picks do they have now? They have pick 8, 15, and then... What is it? 40. Oh, I'm on the Packers, not the Panthers. 13, 23, 42, 55. So they're in prime, even at 13.
Picks,
yeah, at 13, say a guy like... What the hell's his name? Herbert falls to him, boom, they can take him. They can take the top lineman still. It's still going to be good players on the board. So he'll be set up nice. I think, too, Playa had a solid offseason. He gets rid of Butler, who he didn't want. He gets an extra first, so he has 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and who did he pick up in free agency? I forgot his name already. Was it? Yeah, J.J. Nelson, picked up him, and then there's one other guy.
And then you supplied him with Fred Warner, who's probably going to have like 20 interceptions this year.
Right, and Fred Warner, who's just a speed cheese. But, I mean, he had that in What's His Nuts? The guy that I got, Rashad Evans.
Yeah, you also got him. That's a really good pickup.
I got the Bama inside linebacker core.
I think you had the best offseason so far. I'm going to say that.
I think I did, too, with the moves. Now, I'm not going to be as big next year, and there's probably going to be better players next year, but I needed to load up now. But overall, the off season this year, it hasn't been as much as like free agency oriented. It's been, what are you doing with trades? And even for you, Bobby, I think you had a solid off season so far. You didn't make a ton of, free agent splashy moves, but you go from, what was it? You vault into the top, 10 or top 12 that you're in? So you're at 10. You still have that top 10 second round pick. So it's the 6th pick in the second. You still have a 3 and a 4. You finally get rid of Nick Foles, which cleared up like 8, 9 million in cap. Yeah. Then you trade for Carlos Hyde too.
Yeah, this offseason was all about, getting rid of those veterans that were on bad contracts, bringing in picks, bringing in younger guys, while also getting those one-year deals like I did with Navarro Bowman, and like I'll be looking to do with other guys in the later stages. So if I can just bring in these one-year depth guys and just develop the young talent, all the while getting those picks, getting rid of the bad contracts, and just letting my guys play whoever I need to play, that's what it was all about. So moving up in the draft was huge because I don't have many holes, so moving up, I can get a quality guy rather than the quantity.
Right.
So
and you're not going to have many rookies who are going to come in and start for you anyways.
Exactly. So I was looking to get a rookie that's actually going to be impactful, offensive line, running back, wide receiver. I don't want to tip my hat too much, but that's probably the formula there.
Well, and you suddenly have a hole on O-line. Your left side of the line's a little wounded. So
it is. especially because Rod Johnson didn't resign. He was a big one. He went to Houston, and everybody threw him a max offer. And I thought I had the edge because, I have a prestigious team and I let him play. But apparently he didn't like getting benched twice while he was already starting only because of injury. So
Emmett
that's
wants you
problem.
to explain what a quantity guy is.
So a quantity guy would be the guys who trade down for more draft picks because they have to fill more holes. So when I say I'm a quality guy, I'm saying I want to get that higher pick, even though I'm going to have less picks or less depth because I traded Nick Foles, I traded Rodney McLeod. So I got rid of that depth of the bad contracts of the older vets so I can move up and get a better rookie so I can try to get, maybe one of those top 5 offensive linemen, one of those top 2 running backs, rather than sitting back and saying, okay, I'll have more picks, but maybe I won't be able to get who I want to get ideally. So now
Right.
my draft board is much more, cut down so I know exactly what I'm going to do at pick 10 if somebody goes there. Because at 26 or 22, 13 even, which I had before, there's just too much planning going on. So it was actually intentional to hop Shokan, to hop Johnny. So, trading up and getting a quality guy that I knew would actually start was everything about the quality instead of waiting back and saying, okay, I'll have an extra second so I can fill a hole that I don't necessarily have. So if I don't have many holes, I'm not going to have as many draft picks because those rookies won't mean anything to me.
Well, speaking of holes to fill, I know Wonka will fill anyone's hole for $1.
I think he will too. Or maybe like a 7th round pick for Andrew Whitworth.
I can't confirm nor deny, but I may or may not have had experience with that. So.
And I heard rumors you and him are working on a blockbuster trade. So,
Yeah, it's probably gonna fall. Honest with you.
is it? Huh.
Yeah.
Well, he's very worried about his blanket currently, so
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
were, hey, thanks for the thoughtful insight, Danny.
Danny, everybody.
no problem. That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
I-
we're just messaging about it, and it sounds like it's probably gonna fall through.
Wow.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
Emmett is sliding in to steal the show.
No.
No, I don't
Wow.
think so.
Well, not that I know of.
Wow. You look even like at the draft, talking about quantity guys. Mark trades down from his slot to get an extra second and third to move down about, 14, 15 slots. So he's looking to fill a bunch of holes and get quality depth guys. You look at a guy like, where else was it? You could have my draft where I don't have a pick until the 6th round. A guy like Shokan, he's got a first, 2 seconds, and 2/3. He's looking to move up. Then you got a guy like Green Bay with 2 firsts.
And no free agents.
No free agents. That's the big thing.
Open to listening to offers for the number 6 overall pick. So.
Is this your platform?
Well,
See, he's not a...
just decided it. Just decided. Right. I'll be posting it here shortly once I take this L in my solo league.
See, Tony's like a SoundCloud rapper. Instead of like posting his shit all over like Facebook, he's just announcing it on the podcast.
Did my Carson Wentz trade go through?
Your Carson Wentz trade, absolutely.
Good.
I think New England is also primed to have a good draft. Granted, they have pick 31 and 32, but they have a back-to-back in the first. Then they have pick 36. So in a matter of 7 picks, they have 3 guys. So they're going
You
to
know
be
what?
here.
I'm going to be bold. Sorry for cutting you off, but I'm going to be bold and say they go 2 quarterbacks.
in the first round.
Yep. Between picks 31, 32, and 36, 2 quarterbacks.
Wow. I think they're just going to take 1 quarterback. I think he's going to go quarterback, linebacker, and then like receiver, pass rusher.
See, I see that as the logical thing, but you sign Tyrod Taylor, he's on his back end, he's just a kind of safety option. Let's say you draft a quarterback at 31, because they're going to fall. The quarterbacks are going to fall because people are going to be focused on the offensive line, the pass rush. So he's going to get a quarterback, and maybe he's like, okay, this guy's normal dev, I don't like him. Let me try again. Because he has that ability with those 3 close picks. He can say, okay, if I mess that last pick up, let me go try to reverse it. Because it didn't cost him that much anyways to acquire those picks.
Now, I mean, if the guy's a bust, sure, I could see him doing it. But if he picks say at 32, he takes a quarterback who's got a quicker star dev and is like a 75 to 79 overall, then I don't think, then I think that point's moot in that he's not going to take 2 quarterbacks. But if, say, he were to take a bust, and that's the one thing that's kind of shitty about Madden, is you get that knowledge right away if he's going to be a good prospect or not. Then I could see him going too. But he's too smart of a best player available kind of guy to take 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I can see that because that's what the good teams do. They take the best player available. But I don't think the quarterbacks are going to be all that great or all that desirable. You don't have that guy who can run and who can throw. So there are no surefire picks. So if you go with maybe the 2nd or 3rd quarterback option at 31 or 32, then maybe you draft him and you say, okay, I don't know if this guy's going to fit me. I don't know if this guy is going to force Tyrod off the field. Let me try again, because there's always the chance of, hey, now I have 2 quarterbacks. Let me try to have them battle out because one of them is going to start. Don't let me force Tyrod out for a guy that's not ideal. And then who knows, maybe a year or 2 down the line, just get rid of one, ship him off to New Orleans, wherever they may go. I just don't feel that New England has those holes, because you have guys like Marquise Goodwin balling out, Cordarrelle Patterson, and they have the depth. They've had, a good offensive line, good run game, so there's not much else for them to do, so they can afford those chances. The good teams can afford to make those chances because you can always flip them around.
I just think they have too big of a need at running back and now corner.
Sony Michel? You don't think he's there to stay?
Did I say linebacker? Did I say running back?
You did say running back.
I meant linebacker and corner. Because they don't have a single left outside linebacker. Landon Roberts is their top middle. Oh shit, there's a centipede. Alright, fellas. I will be back in 2 seconds. This motherfucker's huge. I'm gonna take a picture of this bitch too. You guys go on with the podcast and talk. I'll be back in a minute.
So yeah, linebacker is probably going to be the first round for New England. You can look at cornerbacks. I haven't scouted cornerbacks because I don't need them. I have that luxury. But when you think about it, the cornerbacks don't look that great. There's no guy who's 6'3", runs a 4.3.
It's no standout guy. I mean, they're all pretty average in NFL size. It's not like like you said, it's not like a 6'2", 6'3" guy. They're all just kind of average size.
But then you have a guy like Keon Crossan on New England, 95 speed. So that's somebody you want to get on the field, because look at Jonathan Jones getting raped by Miami. Look at these speed guys who are forcing themselves on the field with speed. New England kind of helped that speed element win them the Super Bowl. Marquise Goodwin, Philip Dorsett, Cordarrelle Patterson.
I mean, the only corner that stands out is Greedy Williams, who's at 6'2". But looking at his combine stats, they're not very, they don't stand out. I mean, he'll have like an 88 speed, but I mean, B- man, B- zone, C press. It's nothing that blows me away, so I wouldn't overreach for him or anything. So
That's another thing. The top guys won't be there. The top guys won't be there at 31, 32, 36. not a lot of people are drafting quarterbacks because look, a team trades for Cam Newton, Nick Foles. These quarterbacks are moving. Tyrod Taylor gets signed. Ben is going to be a backup somewhere. So if people aren't even looking for Ben Roethlisberger, teams aren't going to be going first round when that isn't an immediate an immediate need for a lot of teams. So they're going to be going offensive line, of course, but there are teams that need to shore up their secondaries. So I don't think the top 2-3 corners will even be there late in the first. So, if I'm Nick, I'm rather trading up, or I'm getting more picks to maybe take more flyers. Because you have various needs, but you can also fill those in an array of ways.
So what I missed, what we talk about?
We just talked about what Nick may do and the cornerback situation in the draft.
The cornerback. Speaking of the draft, let's go look at the draft prospects. I'll talk about them. But for everyone still, I got 9 guys. You can go ahead and look at social media thread to see that motherfucking cunt of a centipede I killed. Yeah, I just looked over and I saw it and I'm just like, oh, bruh. But you look at quarterbacks, I'm still a firm believer. Justin Herbert runs a 4.69 40. Yeah, I don't have any of his things scouted. I can't give too much away, but I think he's the top prospect in this. He's a can't miss guy. Like, if I was New England with all those picks, I would have probably tried to trade up to take him. But then you got Jared Stidham, fast guy from Auburn. Drew Lock's got a big arm, NFL body. Brian Lewerke from Michigan State. Ryan Finley, Nick Fitzgerald. Those are your top 6 guys. Then you have your late round guys like Clayton Thorson, Easton Stick, Jake Browning, Kyle Kempt, Tracy McSorley. You got a few decent guys. You talk about running backs, Bryce Love, Damian Harris, David Montgomery. Those are your top guys out there. Rodney Anderson's a solid power back as well. Tony, you should also look to change your settings so people can hear you more. Because I think you have your settings where you can't have your voice be heard in chat. Like on streams.
So I was probably just sitting there sounding like I was talking to myself while you were going. It's nice.
There we go. We're good now.
You good now? Tony, what's the password for the league again?
Well, butter my butt. Free Wonka gets me every time.
Free Wonka.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit.
Well, come over here then.
Some bitch.
So I see 5 left tackles who could be drafted in the first round. Maybe 6. There's 6 guys. 6 left tackles potentially in the first round. I see 4 left guards, 3 centers, 6 right guards, 3 right tackles. So that's what? 3, 9, 12, 18. I see 24 prospects who could go in the first round. And I'm including 4th round guys. Now, corners in the draft, I think it's a weak corner class. You got 2 guys. You got Greedy Williams and Levante Taylor. Other than that, you don't have a whole lot of anything. Y'all don't sleep on my 6th and 7th round picks this year. I'm going to draft superstars. I purposely hid like superstar dev undrafted free agents, and I'm going to take them. So when I first made this class...
Then we're all going to have to boycott the league.
Exactly.
I made a fullback. His name was Bobby Sucks, or like Bobby Likes Men, whatever it was. He was like a 5'5", 400-pound fullback, and I gave him like the vintage neck roll, the 1-bar vintage helmet, and like just boosted his like size and shit as much as I could. Funniest looking dude ever, didn't save. I was so mad. And he
I
was
love
like
how
a
I always
40
get league
overall.
shoutouts. No matter
course.
what, even if it's bad, I just appreciate it.
Any publicity is good publicity, you know?
Exactly.
At Brett Kavanaugh.
If you were to go missing off the face of the earth tomorrow,
God damn.
you would live in 4th and 1 infamy forever.
Yeah, you'd automatically be in the Hall of Fame.
We'd put you in the
I
Hall of
appreciate
Fame
that.
before Blue Ninja. Emmett's gonna have fun with that. I'm gonna wait for his response. He's gonna go on some Blue Ninja tirade. Yo, watch. If Hunter Renfro's there at the 6th round pick of mine, I'm taking him. I gotta get my short white slot guys.
You mean the outfielder for the Padres?
Is he actually?
Yes, Hunter Renfroe
That's
is an
kinda
outfielder for the Padres. Let me just confirm, yes. Hunter Renfroe is an American professional baseball outfielder for the San Diego Padres of Major
Now, is
League
that just
Buckcraft.
a repeat name, or did he actually get drafted there?
Oh no, I'm assuming that's just a repeat name.
Okay.
Because he's white, so...
You know, let's do something here. Because I think now all contracts are updated in salaries menu, right? Like, they're all good now. I want to take a peek at the next year potential free agency.
Don't look at my team.
The Bears, you got Jordan Howard, Danny Trevathan, Cody Whitehair, Leonard Floyd, Nick Kwiatkowski. Bengals, Giovanni Bernard, Dunlap, AJ Green. Oh, he's a FOF, so he'll get re-signed. Anna Mayataya, Will Jackson. And then Bills, you got Jerry Hughes. Broncos got Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, Chris Harris Jr., Case Keenum, LaShawn McCoy, Derek Wolfe, Justin Simmons. Wow. Next year's free agency looks already a lot better. Mingo and Demarius Randall for the Browns. Huh, Michael Kendricks. Wonder if... we should probably remove him just to be Sim. Can't have that piece of shit in the league.
I know him and his white-collar crimes.
Here's going to be the question of next year's offseason. Will the Bucks keep Jameis Winston or not? They're a team to look out for potentially taking a quarterback in the draft if they're not sold on Jameis. Cardinals, no good free agents for them. Coming up.
Well, the Cardinals have like 2 players in general, so... They have like David Johnson and the remnants of Larry Fitzgerald, like just
he's not
lingering
even
in the
there
wide receiver
anymore.
room. Yeah, but his lingering is in the wide receiver room, so you'll see that their players have all dreadlocks this year. Maybe Mark can edit them.
Now, hey, watch the 49ers next year. Mark said true. You got Tyreek Hill, Reggie Ragland, Chris Jones, and Kyle Fuller. Is that Kendall Fuller?
You mean the Chiefs?
Kendall Fuller. That's going to be a tough move for them of who they're keeping. So there might be next year's free agency. That's going to be the free agency. Colts don't really have anybody hitting for. Oh, Eric Ebron, Jabal Sheard, Anthony Costanzo, Jack Doyle.
Over to Ebron.
Over to Ebron. Cowboys are going to have a good one. Dak, Zeke,
Dakota.
Hunter Henry, Sean Lee, Byron Jones. Emmett will have fun next season.
Notice that all those guys suck.
Let's look at Bobby's. Here we go. We got Bowman.
Please
Man,
don't.
He's not big. Kindred, Jenkins, Mills, Wentz, Elliott, Clement, Nelson Aguilar. Damn, you're gonna get Brandon Graham. You are fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. Especially because I have a bunch of players that are gonna regress. So yeah, bend me over.
You can just trade me Nelson Aguilar. You're good.
I'm not gonna do that.
All right, then you can trade me Jake Elliott.
Why would I ever trade his 90 kick power?
Are you gonna use a
You want
re-sign
Justin
on him?
Tucker?
Oh wait, he doesn't count.
7th
Never
round
mind.
pick.
He's a kicker, dumbass.
Yeah, he doesn't count. That's
Yeah,
right.
idiot.
You made that fucking rule.
I did. Hey Tony, do you want to remind me again the password for the league? All right, now he's gonna laugh for about an hour, so now we can keep going. So next season, Mad's got Vic Beasley, Devondre Campbell, Keanu Neal, Deion Jones, Austin Hooper.
Oh, God.
Wow.
It's too good.
I
It's too
have
good.
Eric Armstead, Matt Breida, DeForest Buckner. So only 3 guys really. Giants, they got OBJ.
Dibs.
That's about it for them. Jags have a few big guys. Jalen Ramsey, Miles Jack, Keelan Cole, Yannick
was down.
Ngakoue. Wow. Ramsey and Ngakoue are going to cost him over $100 million alone.
Fuck.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson, maybe he'll be back on the market. According to Nick. Or not Nick. Fucking Rip Bobby. Lions have some vets about to hit the market. Packers next off season. We'll see what they do next year, Bobby. They got
Will they
Lindsey
re-sign
Bulaga,
anybody?
Cobb, Daniels, Rogers, Blake
Will they do
Martinez,
anything?
Kenny Clark. They just might lose all of them. You know who they should re-sign
Will
though?
they
Mason
spend
Crosby.
any money at all?
Exactly. I wonder how big of a nose the
Guys,
new
I know why they're
Packers
not
owner
spending
has.
money. They have a $740,000 cap hit. They don't want any cap hit. You know, they can't take money.
That's true. Great point.
Yeah. There's only so much you can have.
Now imagine having to do that though, re-signing Kenny Clark and Mike Daniels. That's going to be a bitch. And Rodgers, because and his contract's not in the game either. Damn.
I don't think you have to re-sign Mike Daniels.
You
He's
don't
gonna be
have to.
expensive. He's expiring. You know, fuck him. Tell
Well,
him
a
kick
lot of them
rocks.
too. You look at Cobb and Daniels; they're both 29-30 respectively. So you're gonna want to invest probably in Kenny Clark, Martinez, and Rodgers, and then
This could be a
maybe
tank year for the
Lindsey.
Packers. They can always ship off those guys and say, okay, let's get a good pick.
Yeah.
Especially, but the problem is, in that division, you're always contending no matter what you want to do.
Yep.
They might just stumble into a playoff spot.
Nick Foles, will he hit free agency next year, or is he just going to be the league's dumpster? Come dumpster. Just everyone gets a shot with him now.
I'm going to say that he gets re-signed by Carolina.
Patriots, they got Jules hitting free agency next year. Just saw the demon that was in your house. Yup, that was not good. That was not a fun moment. Gronk's gonna be a free agent next year. Nick? You know what I'm gonna do if he's a free I will fucking cut George Kittle. Wow, your free agency next year is brutal too. D-Mac, Gronk, Thuney, Flowers, Edelman. I mean, most of them are vets that you're probably just going to let walk. But still. Raiders got a bunch of people hitting. Damn. Wonka's free agency next year. Whew, listen to this shit. Goff, Peters, Whitworth, Talib, Sue, Rockers. Damn. Well, he's gonna have fun with that. Free Wonka. Gronk is getting traded this year. If this ain't the time for someone to put a thinking emoji in the chat, I don't know what is.
Whoever sent that thinking emoji that was just like the thinking emoji face with the thinking emoji titties, thank you for that, because I use that in my everyday life.
Hold on, I swear to God, if you Knicks send Gronk down to Emmett for him to rot with that pathetic offense, I will forever be ashamed to have rooted for you in the Super Bowl. Wonka's got a deal for Gronk and a first for Peters, and he didn't take it? Damn.
I think that's a lie. Somebody sued him.
Bobby, Emmett wants you to know he's the one who sent the thinking emoji girl with emoji thinking tits.
Thank you. I'm very proud. That's the one thing I can say that you're good for, that and commentating tits games. So just something about you and tits, so thank you for being good with tits.
Look at this. This is the Titans free agency next year. They got Logan Ryan, Henry, Conklin, Byard, Mariota, Woodyard, and Cliff Averill.
That's probably why they dealt Butler.
Well, I mean, first off, Butler was hella overpaid.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bobby Jared says you are confirmed a tits guy, not an ass man.
I actually am. So, I guess it seeps through.
Can you show them to the group?
Yeah, please. I think this is one of those extra after hours things where you're gonna have to.
It might have to be part of a trade.
Well, I did send you a trade.
I know.
So, I think you can maybe throw that in as a sweetener. I may send you an extra draft pick for that.
Next year's first for Gronk. Wow. Emmett really pushing that. Does anyone have questions? I guess. I have a quick question. What is the password for the league again, Tony? Okay, never mind.
Should I pull up the crickets? Or...
How do you like the cam move? I like it. Now, personally... Oh, hey, I got a message from somebody. Yo, I'm trying to be the Chargers or Ravens. Tony, he coming for your neck.
Oh.
Young Money,
Probably
someone's going to replace
do worse
you now.
than me.
We got people demanding teams out here. Tell him Rams open.
Yeah, tell them the Rams are
Eagles
open.
and Rams and 49ers are open.
And the Ravens.
As always.
I
It'd
like it though.
probably be easier to get the Cowboys in real life to be their head coach than to get the Rams in here or any team.
I wonder how bad of a coach Jason Garrett would be in Madden.
Oh God, Jason Garrett is probably
He's too busy clapping.
he's probably the worst roster manager combined with the worst player.
Well, he's not a roster
And then he
manager
probably
because
breaks all
he
the
can't do
rules.
anything.
He can't do anything in general.
Well, he can clap.
Like, I wonder if he can even fucking put his head on a pillow, right? And it's like all this criticism I've had of him, and now everybody's seeing it. So I'm always right in the end.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were really
that's
right
it.
about holding George Kittle under 47 yards.
Okay, you know what?
You were right about that.
Damn.
See, I would say that I would see you again next season,
You were
and
right
prove you
about
right,
Carson Wentz.
but you're not going to make it.
You said that Carson Wentz was going to win MVP.
Go home.
Make a prediction for Lamar Jackson next year.
But anyways,
See,
I
if
like
you
the
were going
Cam
to get
Newton
Brandon
trade.
Cooks, 4,000.
You get a worse quarterback in terms of accuracy, but you get
Wrong.
the best running quarterback in the game to add a new option. You still have Gordon and Eckler. You don't have any receivers, so I don't know whom the fuck he's going to throw to. And you don't have a tight end, so, I mean, you're probably just going to run read option, power, and QB boot every goddamn play. And your O-line's a mess, but that's good because you got a quarterback who can run. But you're just going to have to rely on that defense.
But now, who is Cam throwing to this season?
He is throwing to Melvin Gordon out of the backfield, Tyrell Williams, Mike Williams, Virgil Green.
See, I forgot about the Chargers. They got Cam Newton. They got Gerald McCoy. They got rid of a slow Keenan Allen. They got a first-round pick for next year.
Yeah.
So, low-key, they've had a very good offseason. And then you have Derwin James. You know, I think he's going to emerge as one of the guys because you never answered that other question of what first-rounders would rise, what first-rounders would fall.
I'll get to those. Young Money has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total draft picks this year. Next year, he has 2 2s and 2 1s. So he's
Yeah,
poised
that's
to
why I
have
set up.
good. He's set up. Same with the Raiders. Johnny's got a ton of picks. Gronk is
But that's
hold
only
on.
from the Khalil
Nick, you
Mack
take
deal.
that back. Gronk is a billion times better than Jason Witten. Gronk has more talent in his left nut, which probably doesn't work because the dude takes probably so many steroids than Witten does in his entire body. He gonna rot him out. Hey, you know what? You can waste your first round pick and then complain about how no one will give you a first round pick all you want for Gronk. Dude's got like an 86 catching. He ain't worth it. Brandon, go vote on the trade. Nah, bitch, I'm in the podcast.
Who said that?
Emmett. There's a chat bar that goes and they
Scrub.
communicate. Yup. So what was it? Draft pick, like IRL rookies, like the Derwin Jameses and all those, like guys who are going to
Yup.
do good and bad. So I think a riser is going to be, where in the hell is it? Josh Allen. I expect Josh Allen to have a much better year. Now, Nick may get triggered when I look at his interceptions and his stats. It's okay, Nick. Hold on. Hear me out. 16 touchdowns, 49 picks. When you look at, if I could break down how good he did game by game, those last 6 weeks he got extremely better. So
He also got Mark Ingram. He got Kevin
Right.
White, DeAnthony Thomas,
Right.
Keenan Allen. You know,
Right.
he came in. He got a lot of weapons.
he got weapons. You got a good back, Ingram and Booker. You have Keenan Allen acquired. You still have Corey Coleman and Zay Jones, which are fast guys. You got another speedster in Kevin White, Swiss Army knife in DeAnthony Thomas, Charles Clay and Will Tye, good, fast, athletic tight ends. Michael Pruitt, who was on my team last year. This team is just going to be very athletic. And then he's still poised to. I mean, he's got to work on that offense. That O-line is still terrible, which is why I think. Where is this pick? Was he picked 3? Oh, he's picked 9 with Arizona. He's got 9, 37. He's got pick 69. 74, 97. So he's got a good amount of picks too. So I think he's going to be a riser. Another guy who I think a guy who I don't know if I'd call him a riser because he had a good year last year. Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to be even better the second year than he was the first year. I think another riser is going to be Josh Rosen. I was going to say Sam Bradford. Josh Rosen. I think Mark has had a really good offseason as well. Picked up Marshawn Lynch. Good, short yardage back. He got rid of slow-ass Larry Fitzgerald, and he brought in Hogan, Moncrief, and then, still has Christian Kirk. And he's got athletic tight ends and Seals. Gresham's not athletic anymore. He's trash. But
I think Baker Mayfield's gonna fall because
Really?
look, you get rid of Josh Gordon, he's gone, and then he brings in Samaje Perine, who he loves. Jared loved him last year, so he's gonna get a lot of work. You have Duke Johnson, but you don't have the receivers. All you have is Jarvis Landry and David Njoku. So his wide receiver 2 right now is Ricardo Lewis. So he's gonna have to go get 2-3 receivers, but he has the run game there. And then the division's only gonna get tougher. His schedule is only gonna get tougher. So I'm gonna say Baker Mayfield's gonna plateau. I don't think he's gonna rise too much. I don't think he's gonna take that next step yet.
yeah, that offense did take a step back. Wow. I think you might have convinced me there.
Somebody who I'm gonna say is gonna rise is Taven Bryan, because
Yeah.
he took 18 snaps last year, so he has nowhere to go up. He has nowhere to go but up because he did nothing last year. But 93 strength, 84 power moves. He should have been on the field. That's bad coaching to not get him on the field whenever possible. If it's a blowout, if it's a rotation, even if you're gonna run some 5-2, you have to get your first round pick on the field.
And I wouldn't even necessarily call that total bad coaching. I think that's just the Jaguars IRL. That was a dumb pick, I think, for me. Like, I don't know why the Jags actually took him. Now, I mean, in Madden it would make sense because both your D tackles are getting 29 plus, so you're going to need to replace them really soon. Calais Campbell's 33, so you're going to need to end up replacing, and he'd be a solid guy to do it. But man, that was just a luxury pick. That they had other needs that they didn't even go after. But yeah, hopefully he gets on the field. He's still their worst rated lineman, and they have Campbell, Ngakoue, Fowler, Darius, Jackson. So they got to start rotating. Otherwise, that's just going to be a wasted first round pick.
Another first round riser, I'm going to say, is Minkah Fitzpatrick. He had 1 interception. He had no forced fumbles. So he has to rise. Miami had a decent offseason. They got Tony Lippett. They got Jonathan Jones, Kevin Dodd. So they shored up that defense. They're going to try to improve there. And, he's been a decent user. I don't think that the team is going to, get worse, as opposed to Nick, who is not going to win the Super Bowl next year probably. Kia's going to get better. Buffalo's going to get better. But I think Miami is really going to benefit from having an improved team. They're going to have a better sense of direction this year because, they have the picks, and now they're going to try to figure something out at quarterback. So they're not going to be winning with offense, so they have to win with defense, and Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to be at the forefront of that.
Oh, they have their quarterback figured out. It's Cardale Jones. That's who they're rolling with.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
68 medium and deep accuracy.
That's not going to work.
Oh, God. bad. So maybe he'll take a drop because guys will just be winning by 40 against him, so they'll just run the ball.
Yeah, I think that, when you have those games where somebody is going to have a shit quarterback, you're going to try to run it, but you have to respect his weapons because he went out and got speed. He has Jakeem Grant, Demary Bird, Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker, Deshaun Jackson. All these guys are fast. And then you have an 88 speed tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he doesn't have the running backs. He has Kenyon Drake and Kalen Ballage. So they're not, any wow. So if you're putting Cardell Jones out there with his throw power, he's going to be chucking it. It's going to be live or die by him.
Yeah. I think another riser, and this is mainly just due because he missed some games to injury and all that, is Sony Michel. He had 800 yards and 10 touchdowns, and now that Brady's gone, he is really going to be that, focal point of the offense. Last year he only got 190 carries. I see him getting over 250 if he's healthy. I could easily see him being a top 3 rusher.
Yeah, I already was thinking that of him. I think he was on pace for good things. So he already did good things. So, I wouldn't say he's a riser. I think he's going to stay at that level of production in terms of the average yards per carry. He's going to be a double-digit touchdown guy. So he's just going to stay on that production scale, but he's just going to get more games in. He's going to get higher total numbers. So I think he's going to be really successful in what he does.
See you, Danny.
Calvin Ridley has to fall.
Calvin Ridley. I don't know, honestly.
He cannot have 1,800 yards next season.
I think he could have more.
I don't think so.
People are going to sell out to stop Julio.
Think about it. Tampa Bay, did they just get Rashad Jones? Because,
Yes.
Tampa Bay has Rashad Jones now. Carolina's going to get a better defense. New Orleans going to get a better defense. I think all these teams are going to go after their defense, while Mad has three mouths to feed at running back. He has Devonta Freeman. He has Tevin Coleman. He has Nick Chubb. Even Ito Smith. While, he has other weapons. So while guys may focus on Julio, I think guys are really going to figure out how to do that. Because those guys are one big play away from something, but you stop that big play, and and you're fine. So I don't think Calvin Ridley is going to be an 1,800-yard guy. I think he'll be more of a 1,100-1,200-yard guy where we start seeing Julio really take over, because that's what Julio does.
Could be.
Because I don't think guys were prepared for the Calvin Ridley factor. People are probably like, okay, there's nobody else but Julio. And then Calvin Ridley's burning them for 200 yards. So now Calvin Ridley's an 85 overall. They saw he had 1,800 yards. They're going to have to say, okay, Calvin Ridley's not only faster, but he had more yards last year. And Julio's just getting older. So let's try to balance it out a little more.
I hear it. I think that's the logical thing, but tell you what, I don't know. I think people still try and sell out to stop Julio at all costs.
I mean, yeah, that's what you have to do. I mean, Julio has 99 a lot. But, if I'm the opposing coach, I'm going to say, okay, let me bracket both of them. Because what is he going to do if I do that? Go with Austin Hooper? Okay, I'll take his Austin Hooper. I'll take his run game. Let me try to stop the run and bracket his 2 outside receivers. Because what is he going to burn me with? Kelvin Benjamin? So if you coach around those 2 receivers and know that you have a good front 4 to stop the line, then you might be fine. See, me personally, I'm speaking out of luxury because I know that I can probably stop the run without even trying to. So the teams with good front 4s, good front 7s, they can probably focus more on the Julios and the Calvin Ridleys. but a team with a bad front four is probably going to struggle so bad with that. But I think overall, that division is getting better. You have a lot of new users there. We have two noobs in there. Well, no, three noobs in there. So, it's not going to be the same looks against them. And, they're not going to face an easy schedule. They won the division, they went to the Super Bowl. Guys are watching the games, and, it just gets downhill from there. I think Julio winds up getting, like, somewhere near the record, if not getting the record, and then Calvin Ridley steps off.
Well, shit, I think the league would like to see him step off.
And then my last riser is Saquon Barkley. He didn't even hit 1K, and now he's rolling with, I think he's going to roll with Kyle Lauletta at quarterback. So he needs to get Saquon Barkley more involved.
Playing a little spoiler here. Giants
Otherwise,
are
he'll,
currently in the works to move up in the top 5.
See, now, is that for an offensive lineman, or is that for some defense?
I think that's for a quarterback.
See, I think Lauletta has good stats to build off of.
He's
I
just
don't
too
know
low
why,
on
'cause he has a
overall
noodle
to get
arm.
up.
Yeah, that awareness is really bad. It's probably always going to be a thorn in his side. He also can't throw under pressure, can't break sacks. He can't do a lot of things. He's limited. But I think when you play Rascal Flats, you don't need that top quarterback. I think you need to get something better than a 60 overall right tackle. Or you need to get, starting defensive linemen that aren't garbage, or starting linebackers that aren't garbage. So I'm going to say linebacker or offensive line for the Giants.
Well then. Well, this shit's gone on an hour and 7 minutes, so... Oh, I'm supposed to tell you that he is leading on Big Ben in free agency.
Oh, yeah. Told you.
But damn, Richie Incognito got killed with regression. If y'all got any questions, go ahead and ask them now. Otherwise, we'll wrap this son bitch up. Plus, I'm out of water. I need to make a trip to the watering hole.
That can mean one of two things.
It could mean one of many things.
That means I need to fill up my water bottle.
Which one?
Yeah.
7.
E.
What are some of the top remaining free agents? Let me check this out myself. So we still have, old guys like Larry Fitz and Ben available. But then you still have guys that can contribute available. Spencer Ware, Des Bryant, Abry Jones, he's an interesting defensive tackle. I had him in one of my leagues last year.
Yeah.
Ron Parker had a really good year with Mad, and now he's trying to re-sign him. I think he had somewhere like 9 picks. Blair Walsh, somebody should go get him. We're gonna have a conspiracy soon.
Yeah. Need to get some X-Files shit.
You know what teams could use Ben Roethlisberger? Let's go look, because I don't think Shokan does.
Tony, hold on, I got something for you to listen to, alright?
Alright.
I think you're gonna love it.
Alright.
Give me a second here. Alright.
Why don't the Bears get Ben Roethlisberger? The Trubisky sucks. He is not going up anytime soon.
Alright, Tony, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, can we focus on Ben Roethlisberger here?
On DSK.
Hey, it's DSK.
I wish he would have joined this year. I love DSK.
What happened? Why did he
Let's reach out
leave?
to him.
Yo, he was supposed to be the Lions, but then he just never... Wheezy started shitting on him because he quit. And then he's just like, I'm not quitting the league. I'm just logging out of Discord for the week. And then he never responded back. I talk to him on Twitter at least, once a week or every other week. He'll just tag me in random NFL stats.
Ben to Tampa Bay.
Ben
You know what?
to Tampa
Ben to
Bay.
Miami. Fuck it. Ben to Miami. I'm tagging.
I don't know why he wouldn't go after Big Ben. I literally don't know why.
Should I go after Big Ben?
You should.
Move Lamar to receiver.
You need more.
or
You
wide receiver.
you need more good characters in Baltimore.
Oh shit! Yeah, Big Ben was part of that bullshit a few years ago. He belongs.
Would you not want Ben
If
around your
Emmett's
wife?
sitting here
Come on.
typing on YouTube, why isn't Emmett in the party chat for the podcast? It's the real
I
question.
think it's because he's a big gay.
A big gay?
Yeah.
I've got the big gay.
Hey, it's...
Should I read some memes out loud? Should I not do that?
What do you mean names?
Oh no, read some memes out loud.
As long as Wheezy isn't here, I think you're good.
Oh my god, this is a picture of Kurt Cobain and it says, I call shotgun.
Damn. You know what memes? I'm really starting to like Triple X memes. Those are hilarious. The gun memes. It was like Triple X, Mac Miller, and one other person in a party or a group chat, and there was a text that would say, "Yo, why is this chat so dead?" Lost my shit.
Have you ever seen the meme that says, that's a lot of damage?
Yeah.
It says, when you turn the strobe light on in front of an epileptic kid.
Man, thank God I don't have class until 1 tomorrow.
My dick is like an amusement park. Kids get to ride for free.
Jesus.
Oh no.
You finna get banned from YouTube.
Gonna get banned from all the CFMs.
Yo, and what shitty is that playbook, Tony, and I'm gonna share it with you so you can look at it right when I'm done with this. I messed up. There's one formation I wanted to switch, and I have to remake the whole fucking book. Bobby, you remember Beast Mode, right?
I do.
Were you ever there for his 9.5-hour live stream about the run game in Madden?
I never watched it. I heard about it. I never
You
watched
heard
it.
about it.
Yeah.
I think. Let me check his YouTube while this is loading.
Every time I see Emmett's last comment, I just think of like somebody having voices in their head. And I'm just like, what kind of demented shit is this?
Oh, here it is. Madden 18 run game critique. 9 hours, 6 minutes, and 7 seconds.
Is he like 12?
See, I was in I have him in one of his videos. It was me, him, and Kia. And that was actually one of the most fun I've ever had. It was just like 2 hours of just talking straight like concepts. But there's only 4 people here, so we finna wrap this bitch up. We out.